What's up, beach ball head?
What's up, Augie Doggy?
What's Augie Doggy?
Didn't you ever see that cartoon, Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy?
No. No. This is like Big Hot Red Tijuana Bahama Mama.
I think it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It was Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy. That was like the cartoon.
I have no recollection.
I could be making that. It could be some kind of weird fever dream from when I was a child, but
I know, I think you made that up. You just have like branding at the beginning and the ending of your dreams.
it was from that weird time for kids in the 70s and 80s where cartoons were like, oh, we're going to do an anteater and an ant. You remember that anteater cartoon from the Pink Panther?
Nope.
Yeah, it was just a lot of weird stuff like that. Or like Smedley the dog who just went...
I remember that one. I do remember that one.
The Wacky Races with Smedley.
I didn't know his name was Smedley.
I think it is.
If it's not, you're just making shit up this whole episode. Just the whole time.
Or Droopy Dog.
Yeah, I remember that one. Didn't he always have like a cocktail? Did he have a drink?
No, Droopy Dog was like this little white dog and he had orange hair. And then he would go like, boo-hoo.
That's your guy. It's you. I think I'm thinking of Brian on Family Guy, but I pictured it a million years ago because Brian always has a cocktail.
Yes.
Yes. Dude, I had like a dog day at my work. It's weird that you called me a dog to start the show because literally my whole day. My first client, she drove 3 hours from Indiana and she got freckles and we're doing the freckles and she's got like a gnarly scar up her forehead, right? Like a big straight line. And I'm just a jackass. I have to ask questions. I can't help it. So I go, do you mind if I ask what happened to your head there? And she goes, oh yeah, a dog bit my nose completely off when I was 12. And I was like, wow, pardon me? I literally thought it was going to be the most boring story. Like she got in a car accident, but she's like, yeah, I was at my friend's house when I was little. And their dog, like, it wasn't even like a scary dog. It was like it was some kind of spaniel. I'm like, what? And she had braces in her mouth. And for some reason she smiled at the dog and the dog went crazy and bit her fucking nose off. And I'm like, and she's like, do you know when you get a piercing and you just hear, it's just like a pop and it hurts and then it's over? She's like, that's what it felt like. I felt like a pop and then I didn't feel anything. And then I saw her parents' faces. And then I looked down and my fucking nose was on the ground. And I was like, what?
That's crazy.
I know. So they did that thing where they grew her fucking nose on her forehead and turned it around. And she's in like medical books and shit. And she has to go like every year and take progress pictures so they can like chart her fucking case and shit.
Wow.
I know. And then that's the craziest part. But then my next client came in. She's a fucking dog groomer. And her dog right now's name is Bean.
What?
I swear I can't make this shit up.
What?
Where? That was my clients today.
That's crazy.
I know, dude. And then, yeah, so I was doing I was doing freckles on that first girl, and she said the thing about having to go back every year, and I'm like, isn't your doctor going to fucking kill me? Like, your photos in the medical books are going to look different now. I just put freckles on your nose. And she's like, I don't care.
That's so funny.
I know.
Your freckles are going to be in medical books.
They are. I'm already online on one of my clients got a nose job and my freckles are on their website. But anyway, but no, they did such a good job on her nose. Like, you can't even tell. And I guess like the guy's super anal about it now. And he said that like one side of her nose is bigger than the other one. And he's like, I can fix that. And she's like, no, we're good. Like, it's fine. It's perfect. We're not going to fuck with it again. I already had enough surgeries. Like, we're good. I never would have known if she didn't tell me.
That's worse than the story. Remember I told you that story about my friend of mine who she had a Great Dane and she went away on vacation and her dog sitter like sat the dog for 2 weeks. And when she came home from vacation, she was walking up the front of her house and she was wearing like a little sundress. She had just come back from, I think, South America. Mm-hmm. And the dog sitter opened up the door and the Great Dane was so happy to see this girl. It like charged out of the house and jumped on her and knocked her down, and its back foot clawed open her vagina.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
His back nail just tore into her vagina when he was standing on her.
That's a terrible story.
But somehow I feel like having your nose ripped off is worse.
Yeah, they legit put it in a cup and brought it to the fucking place and they tried to put it back on and then it turned black and fell off and then they had to grow over the new forehead nose.
Ugh.
I know. And she had braces and the fucking nose shit and she was 12. I'm like, how did you even, I wouldn't have went to school ever again.
No. No.
And she's like, no. She's like, after the surgery, I didn't go for like 5 days, and then I went. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
I know. She said she went to a private school and everybody was so nice. Like nobody even made fun of her. I'm like, well, that's good.
One of my dad's friends had a finger ripped off and they put it in a cup and took it to the hospital and they sewed it back on.
Did it work?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I think if I remember the story right, like his finger got ripped off and then they like, because there was a party store right next to where it happened, and they like opened up one of the like bags of ice that was outside and threw it in like a cup.
Yeah, that was smart.
So weird. My dad said the worst part about it was that the finger came off, but the bone was still there.
Yeah, like sticking out.
Yeah.
Back. If I saw that, I couldn't. I would fall on the ground. I would pass out first of all, and then when I woke up, I'd have to like not look at it.
What if, could you do that though? I wonder like if they could make it so that you just had a bone finger.
No, you can't have your like shit exposed.
But I mean like if it healed, if they cauterized it, but you could just have the tip of the bone sticking out.
I think it would hurt. It'd be like hitting, like you have to protect those. Like wouldn't it hurt?
I guess so.
Yeah.
You know what I just learned today?
What?
I was reading about pirates. Do you know why pirates wear eye patches?
Oh, Jesus, this is a joke.
No, this is a true thing.
What? Why?
It's not because they're missing an eye. It's because they spend all day out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And when they raid other ships, back then, the ships don't have electricity and they had to go below decks. Well, they would be sunblind because it was dark. So as soon as they went below deck, they would switch the eye patch to the other eye, which had been in darkness the whole time. And they would have instant night vision and they could see below deck.
Bro, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
Isn't that fucking ridiculous?
Why hasn't anybody ever told us that?
I don't know. It's the craziest thing.
I swear the other day, just in these last few days where it's been like sunny, rainy, like I kept going out back and coming back in and my eyes were fucking up because I couldn't adjust out there and I couldn't adjust in here and my eyes were bugging out. And now little did I know I just needed a fucking eye patch.
I feel like this is a game changer for ghost hunters.
Yeah, we're gonna be pirate ghost hunters now.
We'll all have eye patches so that when we go into the investigation at night, we'll switch the eye patch over and we'll all have night vision.
Bing. Or just make patches and then on the like when you lift it up on the underside, when you lift it up, it'll just say boo.
Right?
Exclamation mark.
I see you.
Dang, that's genius. I love that. What else? Oh, so we had our event at Stash on Thursday.
Yes.
It was sold out. We did really good.
Yes, it was fun. You talked more than you ever had.
I did.
Very proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. We gave out prizes.
We did.
We quizzed the audience on what's up weirdo questions, like from our show episodes, and people could win prizes. And we told stories, and I don't even know what we did.
We had fun.
We did. We had fun. Lots of good people there. Lots of people drove from far. Liminal Librarian was there. Jen was there from Wisconsin.
It was amazing. Lots of friends of the podcast.
Lots of Pates, lots of friends. Heather Hansen. I can't name. I see everybody in my head. I can't name everybody right now. It'll take the whole show.
I know. My Nain Rouge crew was there. I got more drunk than I've ever gotten since, I think, 2 years.
I literally, bro, I'm telling you right now, we went to, first of all, not at our event. That's not what we're talking about. We went to Gus's after because that's what we do. And everybody was at the event. We said, you can go to Gus's after and we'll meet you there. And then everything was fine for a while. And then towards the end of the event, I came to talk to you. I've never seen you that drunk in my entire friendship with you.
I actually have gone back in my thoughts, and I think this will sound crazy. I think someone, not from our event, I think someone at Gus's dosed me.
That would make a lot of sense. I don't know.
Because honestly, like I've been going over it in my mind, and I don't really remember drinking that much.
Not any more than normal.
Not any more than normal. And I have trouble remembering our event at Stash.
I remember, I'm sure more than you do.
But I mean, it's not like for my memory when I do events and lectures, like I specifically can focus on them. And I know that like drugs that people will put in your drink have a habit of working backwards to make you forget like an hour or 2 hours beforehand.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's only happened to me once and I don't remember. I remember only having one drink and then I was fucked and I don't remember anything else.
It's happened to me 2 other times and it felt a lot like this.
I swear, because and I know there were people around that we knew, so I didn't want you to be like that around people. So as soon as I noticed, I was like, okay, Tenney, let's go. Let's get food. And I wasn't even trying to say bye to anybody. I just wanted to get you out of there because you would do the same for me. You're not going to like let me stand around and be fucking wasted. And it's not like you were like stumble bumble either, but your words were fucking smashed together. And I was like, I have never experienced this in my whole life ever.
Yeah, it was weird. It was not a good time.
No, it was not a good time. And then, yeah.
But I had a good time at the event.
I did. Yeah, and no, it didn't get like that until honestly, like what, 20 minutes before 2?
Probably.
But no, it wasn't. On my birthday, for example, we went to Gus's. We had 1 million drinks. You weren't like that, you know? Yeah. And you ate before. You said you ate before. It doesn't make any sense.
I know.
That was fucked. And you threw up there too. You said you threw up in the alley.
I threw up a lot. Whenever I get drunk, I throw up because I got to get that poison out of me.
Yeah, but you never do that. Like, not that often. I don't know.
No, not like that. It was a very weird situation.
Yeah. If anybody roofed Tenney at the bar, not cool, man. Not cool. You're on our
not
list.
Cool. And if you did it, leave a 5-star review saying you did it.
Yeah, seriously. Fucking step up.
At least give us a 5-star.
Let me egg your house, you fucking piece of shit.
And then the next day we did a Zoom with all the Pates.
Yeah, in better news. The next day we did a Patreon only because we announced our event and obviously it's here in Detroit and a lot of people couldn't come. So a lot of Patreons were DMing us going, well, we want to play too. Like we don't get to go. So can you do a Zoom hangout? We're like, fuck yeah. So we did a Zoom hangout. Jeez, Toad! Stop.
I wasn't saying anything.
I know. It's always, no, you got to find a different one. But yeah, we had a Zoom hang and then I talked to Nick and he said it was okay if we tell the story. So what was the thing that Nick said? Or what's your story that might be, you know what I'm trying to say right now?
I have a Realm of the Weird episode. A woman said that she saw a ghost in her house. And when I investigated, she lived in a duplex and there was a door that attached to the other duplex. So the first thing I did is I wanted to make sure that nobody was screwing around with her. So like make sure the door couldn't open and someone from the other side of the duplex could come in, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. And I could never really track down the ghost for her, but sitting in the living room I noticed in the house all by myself, light coming in from around the edging of the door.
Oh, I remember that story.
And you could lift the whole door out of its frame. And that's what the guy had been doing. He hadn't been unlocking the door. He had been literally lifting the whole door out of its frame and going into her house.
Yeah, like pushing it out.
Yeah. And then one of our friends during the Zoom meeting was like, so I was talking to my aunt who has an experience like that, and then I brought up your name and she knew who you were. Was my aunt your client? Mm-hmm. And so I still have to talk to him to see how strange is it that like 20 years later, I end up meeting the nephew of someone from one of my Tenney weird stories.
Yeah, from one of your investigations. And it's like, and somebody that like I was friends with it, like I, like, you know, through me, like that we've been, you know, that wouldn't have happened. I don't know.
Yeah. So, again, it takes a lot of weird swirling to make something like that happen.
Yeah, I know. And you said you have people's like names in your files and you just have to like check your files and see if.
Yep. But that's what I want to talk to him about because he'll tell me information and I can tell him names and then we'll immediately know if it's the same person.
Yeah. The way I talked to him about it the next day and the way he was making it sound just like, why the fuck would she know your name at all? Yeah. So that was crazy. So before our Zoom chat on Friday, okay, so y'all know how Toad ran away on accident a few weeks ago because my fence disintegrated and he ran out and ran in the cars and it was really bad. So yeah, so Friday morning, okay, oh yeah, that's what happened. Okay, because we had our event, I was drinking and I wanted to sleep in the next day and I woke up and my neighbor's house, they were redoing like the eaves on their house and they were banging and cutting wood directly outside of my bedroom window. So I was like, are you fucking joking? So I woke up and I was already fucking frustrated. So it was one of those situations where I could have slept like 2 more hours, but I'm like, whatever, fucking, I'm up. So I got up, let the dog out. I sat on the back step, but like my entire garage blocks the back fence line. So I let the dog out, kind of sat there on the porch for a minute, and then I went back in my kitchen. And then I call for Toad. He's not coming. Go out there, peek around the fucking side of the garage. The neighbors behind me took down the entire fence line without telling me. Just redoing their fence. They know that our dogs play every day. They take the fence down. I look around the fence. The fence is laying down and the dog's out again. And I was like, I'm like, are you joking? This just happened. So I'm yelling. They're trying to corral him back into my yard. So they finally like push him towards me. He comes and runs in the house. The lady by then has walked through the back of my open yard now past my garage. And I look at her and I'm like, what are you doing? I like snapped at her so bad. And I had on a tank top and bed shorts with fully tattooed, just looking like a maniac. And she's like a normal fucking lady. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was working in the house, blah, blah, blah. I didn't think they were going to rip the fence down already, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I saw that he was out, we ran out of the house. I'm like, fucking whatever. So then... So there was the fencing, so I couldn't let the dog out, and there was the banging. I'm like, we have to leave right now. We have to leave. I'm like, I can't even stay in my own house right now. I'm fucking slightly hungover and furious. We have to go. So I threw the dog in the car, right? We go to this
Toad,
car.
by the way, this is Toad's dream day.
Oh my God, I know. He was like, Mom's crazy. She's mad about nothing. I got to run out of the yard and whatever. So and we got to get out of the bed early, whatever. So I go to Birmingham and there's like this lake with a waterfall and all these fancy houses and you can park and walk around the lake. So I go there, park. We're having a lovely time for about 10 minutes. He sees these giant geese, which I don't know if he's ever seen geese before. It sure didn't seem like it. So there's these two big geese floating in the water. He walks up to the edge and Bean before would just like walk up and like look in the water and back up and look at it and back up. Toad sees the two geese and fucking dives in the lake.
Full body,
just like
cannonball.
Superman's into the fucking lake. I'm like, are you joking right now? Like, he like immediately panics, splashes back to the shore, and then he starts doing like scary reverse sneezes because Bostons and Frenchies do this horrible thing where it sounds like they can't breathe. So he was doing that, and so then I had to get him home, bathe him because I'm like, you have like bog muck on you now.
Bog
dog. And then there was like an hour and then I had to be on the Zoom chat. I'm like, what is this fucking chaotic day?
And now your neighbors put up a new fence, which is better than the old one, and you're friends with your neighbors behind you.
I know I am kind of. Yeah, that was the thing. So when we got back from the lake, I bathed the dog, I made food, and I sat down, and she walked around the block and came up to my front door, and she knocked on it. And then when I opened the door, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm like, I didn't mean to snap at you. She's like, it's okay. I get it, blah, blah, blah. And I told her that he just got out a few weeks ago. I'm like, when I saw it happen again, my brain just went, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it wasn't about you. It was about her, but still. But anyway, she was super nice. She's like, if you ever need anything or if you want to have a play date or have the dogs play, I'm like, for sure. And so the fence they put up is like way nicer and like has like wider bars. So the dogs can just like smash their faces together and they play every day. They're like BFF.
It's so nice.
Oh, and I think one more thing. I think I've talked about this on the show before, but when Bean, his first house that he ever lived in, our dog next door was a giant white fluffy dog named Mila. And now Toad's first friend ever, it's a giant white fluffy dog that looks exactly like that dog, and its name is Luca. They're BFF. Ghost dog.
Is he chewing on tinfoil? What is going on over there?
It is a small cake. It looks like a layer cake, and there's crunchy things in it and a squeaky. It's from BarkBox.
Sounds great.
Yeah. It's a really good time for. Well, I was at work for hours, and he was in the crate, so now he's like, play with me, mama. Don't tell my lake story or embarrassing me.
I drove my bike today to the Dollar Tree and it was closed at 6 o'clock.
What? They just do whatever they want.
That place is fucking lawless. Like
they are lawless.
I just pulled in on my bike, 6 o'clock, closed up, nobody in there. I'm like, what is this? So I drove my bike all the way back to the grocery store and then had one of the strangest locking up my bike encounters. People are crazy. I'm locking up my bike and there's a guy and he's maybe, well, I know his age, but he looks to me to be like 25 or 26. He's on the phone. He's talking very loudly and talking loudly on his phone while I'm trying to chain my bike up and stuff. And he says, I hear the guy on the other end because it's on speakerphone. The guy goes like, I can't believe you snagged a cougar, dude. And he's like, yeah, she's a cougar. It's so awesome to have like an older woman that knows what she wants and is ready for the world. And then they start talking like I miss some of it. I cash out for a little bit of the other conversation. It takes a while. I have this weird bike lock that takes a long time a lot of futzing to get it to work right. And then the next part of the conversation I pick up is they're talking about, okay, so their wedding is next week. And he says, of course, I don't want to be the younger one in the situation. I would much rather be her age, you know, but that's just the way it worked out this way. And, you know, I know what everybody's going to say because she's 30 and I'm 25.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, my brain was like, this person is nonsense. Like nonsense. Right?
That is not that big of a difference.
When he said she was older and he was younger, at the like original part of their conversation, I was like, this 25-year-old guy is marrying like a 40 or 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, it sounded like she was like 65. What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, she's 30.
And who's 25 and goes, oh, I'd much rather be 30.
Right? There were so many things that were going wrong in the conversation. So I went in, shopped, came back out. He's still on the phone. Now I got to go through this process of unlocking my bike, which takes another 5 fucking minutes. And during that period of time, he's talking about their marriage is next week. He was talking about they're getting married next week.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came out this time, he's talking about the fact that she wants kids and he doesn't. And he's like, we'll just get that figured out once we get all the wedding and everything done. That's something you get done before you get married.
Yeah, that doesn't work out. So did you guys go like have a drink together or yeah?
No, he then was approached and started talking to like 3 bros that came out of the gym that's over there. One guy who was carrying the biggest container of protein powder I've ever seen in my life. I have protein powder that I can put in a shake. I have like vegan protein powder that I can make shakes with. And it's like, I don't know, I think it's like a 2-pound like jug, right? This guy had a protein powder jug that had a handle on it.
Jeez. And
it looked like it was 20 pounds of protein powder.
Like one of those big buckets that like restaurants get pickles in?
Yes.
Like, why did he have that?
Either like a giant restaurant pickle bucket or like a Home Depot paint bucket.
What the fuck? He's like, I eat all this powder and get all these gains.
And I saw that by knowing the marriage conversation I just heard. And as I got on my bike and rode away, they started talking about Bitcoin.
Oh, of course they did.
I was like, these are the worst people in the world.
And the guy was probably like, I learned all this from my friend who's like way older than me. He's like 29.
My friend's been doing this stuff since 2018.
So he like knows it.
Really he knows his shit, man.
None of that would have happened if you could have just went to $1.25 tree.
Got $1.25 tree had an extra employee. They could have stayed open their next 2 hours.
Wait, how do we talk about our Gucci Dollar Tree shirts? We had our friends in Sweden pose next to a freaking ancient runestone in our shirt.
That's crazy.
That was crazy.
WooPod International at Ruinstones.
I can't believe those things are just standing around.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Our country's so stupid. That's not fair. If you don't have anything, I'm not just going to walk down the street and see a runestone.
It's that whole thing with like history and America, right? Like if something is 60 years old, like you put it under glass and no one touches it again.
Yeah.
People in Europe are drinking at bars that are like 700 years old.
Yes.
Here we're like, that was built in 1940.
I know. So, like when I think my house is old because it's 100 years old and I talk to somebody out of country and they're like, yeah, my grandma's house is like 200 years old. I'm like, cool. Never mind.
I know there's a tree. I found out that when I go on that Strange Escapes trip to England and France and stuff, the place that we're going to be docked, there's a tree that I want to go and see that's 900 years old. It's a big oak tree and it's near where we're going to be at in England. I want to go see a 900-year-old oak tree.
I want to see that.
And give it a hug.
Yeah, vibe out on that thing. Put your hands on it.
For sure. It's 29 feet in diameter.
Dang, jealous. All right, do you want to hear about my craziest thing ever?
Oh my goodness gracious.
I teased it on Twitter and I said, listen, you guys, I just heard the craziest thing I've ever
You're
heard.
such a tease.
Oh my God, I'm literally not. Back to the dog wheeze laugh. Oh, did you hear that?
He did a wheeze laugh too.
Joked. Toady. He's biting on a weird cake. Okay, anyway. Oh my God, Toad.
Oh my goodness gracious. One Smedley laugh and he starts doing
It's because he's pulling the stuffing out of this cake, and then when he gets too much in his mouth, he like hacks it out. Anyway, okay, this is like long. I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up and tell it out of order on accident, but there's a lot of parts of it. I haven't sat with this information that long, and I don't know how to tell the story of it because I didn't know that it was a story that I had to tell yet. I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
That sounds great as an opener.
Shut up. But you know when somebody tells something to you about yourself, and it's like, it's not coming from me, it's coming from them. So I haven't like lived in it yet. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
Yeah, you're just agreeing with me for whatever at this point. Anyway.
No, I get you. I understand.
Yeah. So do you know this? Don't ruin my story with your squeaking. You know the psychic Jill Morris?
Yes.
Yes. So she was in The House in Between, the Steve Gonsalves movie that he made. He made a documentary, 2 parts. She's in both parts. Anyway, we've been internet friends for a while, but we've never spoken before. So she DM'd me. This was 2 days. Wait, it's 2 days before June 1st. Wait, it's not
May
June
1st?
No, May. Wait. No, this was 2 days after our event.
Okay.
Is the thing. 2 days after our event. So it would have been
We're
Saturday.
off to a great start.
I fucking told you. I'll get just shh. Anyway, so she goes, I know I've never talked to you before, blah, 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 but do you have a weird... She goes, okay, like what is... Okay. Okay. No, she goes, do you have like a weird thing with Ted Bundy? Like, and not just a weird thing like you love true crime. Like, do you have a weird, deep, weird obsession with him / does the name Brenda Carroll Ball mean anything to you? And that's all it said. And I wrote back, yes, I very much do have a weird thing for Ted Bundy. I don't know why. It's not my fault. I have like every book about him ever. I used to watch the Deliberate Stranger movie with Mark Harmon like a million times when I was younger. I have there's this weird photo of him in jail that's taken from underneath a table that I have saved in my phone that I wanted to blow up and hang in my house just because it was like a cool fucking photo. And like me and you have talked before about how we love when stuff is creepy and happy at the same time, or like creepy and artsy at the same time. And when somebody would look at it normally, they would think it was just normal, but there's actually a fucked up thing about it, right?
Right.
So I tell her all that. I'm like, yes, I've been weirdly. I'm like, yes, I'm sadly one of those disgusting people on the internet who thought he was handsome, and I know most of his victims were dark haired. So I've always had and like that. I've always felt like I would get duped by him, and I've told you that a million times.
Yes.
That like I would see him with his cast at a beach, and I would help him in his car, and I would die because I'm an idiot. And that's always like led into my other interests with serial killers and crime because I'm like, if I would fall for that, what else would I fall for? How do I keep myself safe? Yada, yada, yada. So she goes, okay, so I do a lot of past life shit and I get answers for people or whatever. And she said, I had like a past life dream for you. And I was at the site of, she's like, basically I was a third person and I was standing there and Ted Bundy was killing a lady and it was awful. And I was just standing there frozen. And like the way she made it sound was like he knew she was there and he didn't give a fuck. Or I don't know why she was there. So she's trying to figure out what's going on and it's awful. And, she can't stop it or anything though. So she's asking the lady, she's like, who are you? And the lady said, Brenda then. Like my name then was Brenda and not now. And she's like, okay. And then the lady goes, but you know who I am now. And she's like, okay. And then the fucking victim lady, the Brenda lady, like psychically told her or out loud told her or showed her a picture of me. So basically Jill is telling me that Bundy's victim named Brenda Carroll Ball is me now. That's my past life. And that's why I'm obsessed with him. And then, okay, so the girl disappeared or got murdered on June 1st, which is Gracie's birthday. We had the event at 2 days before. So that was weird. June 1st, 1974. Is when the girl got murdered. So, and then Jill's like, have you ever had any, like throughout your life, have you had weird neck pain or weird stuff with your neck? I'm like, yes, for my whole life. Yes. And then she said that could be past life shit brought through. And then I told her I have like a weird trigger with my neck. Like I don't like people touching my neck. And in horror movies, if somebody gets their neck slashed and shit like that, I'm like, I can't even look at it. And then I always have reoccurring abduction dreams and murder dreams and people trying to kill me all the time, several times a week. And then I also felt like it was weird that she would tell me this weeks before my scheduled trip to go to all of those fucking places, basically like out west where all of this shit happened. And then she said, okay, so Jill said that her mom was stopped by Bundy in Florida in the 70s. So like that's her weird tie-in to it. and she went to the hospital just in the last few days to talk to her mom to get the reaccounting of that story. So she has it on video before like her mom passes away or whatever, just to have it. And they were talking about it, and then the nurse came in and she kind of told the nurse why she was there, like the weird reason that she was there, and to get that story from her mom. And her mom, I guess, used to be a nurse, and then the lady was saying like, oh, blah blah blah, like when did you go to nursing school? And the nurse lady that came into the room graduated nursing school in June of 74. That's like when the fucking girl died. So like all these syncs were popping off. And so yeah, so she told me I'm reincarnated from one of Ted Bundy's victims named Brenda.
I was a cobra.
You were a cobra. I know. But then, of course, I started spiraling over the next few days, and I was like, my other past life thing that I'm convinced that I have is Titanic, right? So that's like a notable mass famous death situation. And then I'm like, so now my other one is a Bundy thing, and that's a mass public death situation. I'm like, what the fuck is my death going to be in this life?
Yeah, and what did you do in one of your previous lives to build up so much fucking bad karma that shit's got to keep happening to you?
I don't know, right? Can't I just die normal? Brutal. And then she said too that like once people know about their past lives, or like probably even before I knew about it, she's like, you can have like weird feelings and like, you know, depression or something around your like past life death date. So she's like, pay attention to how you feel around like June 1st and see if you feel weird, to see if anything comes up or if you have any weird dreams. But like, why would, like, literally she has no reason to tell me that. She doesn't fucking know me. Like, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, why would I be so fucking, why would I want to know everything about this disgusting guy? Weird stuff keeps coming up. I mean, she doesn't look like, she has dark hair, but we don't look like each other. But, and I'm like, obviously I can either choose to believe it or I don't need to believe it. It's very outlandish, but I think it's cool. And I think there's a lot of parallels with shit I'm into and why I'm so afraid all the time of getting murdered and abducted and that kind of stuff.
I think unfortunately though, we live in a world where women just are afraid of being murdered and abducted all the time, right?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Personally, even as a Polish accountant in a past life who killed himself and a cobra snake,
yeah,
I will tell you that I don't personally believe in past lives.
Really?
I really don't.
I really do.
I really don't. I think that I am unique. I don't think that I'm carrying weight with me from past existences or pluses from past existences. I think that this is my opportunity to be my unique, universal expression of the cosmos.
I told her while we were talking, I'm like, I've always believed that I've lived like several times. And she was like, you have. I'm like, sweet. I didn't get into the Titanic shit with her, but like... I'm like, who has the time, really? But I've always felt like that. I always feel like that was the other sync. Like my whole fucking house is 70s. I'm obsessed with 70s shit. Like everything I read about the girl, it said she was like a free spirit and like she would just disappear and go on trips all the time. So when she did disappear, her friends didn't even think it was weird because she just did that all the time. So she didn't get reported for like a minute. I'm like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I literally knew you were going to have this exact reaction because I don't even know what to say about it either. But
I mean, I don't like to believe that Ted Bundy is walking around somewhere else in someone else's body.
Well, not everybody would get reincarnated, I don't think.
Well, then you're starting to put limits on how it works.
I know.
But when no one knows how it works.
I know. But my belief of always believing in reincarnation, I have never felt like everybody gets reincarnated. Just maybe some people do and some people don't. I don't know why. I don't know how it gets figured out. But I've always I swear I've always felt like that.
This weird arbitrary thing that no one knows how it works, but it kind of works like this.
And then I believe that some people are on their first go around too. I just don't think I'm one of those people.
I think that we are each unique, individual, specialized nuggets.
Well, I'm sure like I'm bringing some new shit. Like I have an informed experience on this planet, but that doesn't mean that there's like other stuff floating around in there that I gained from other past lives, whether it be because like you said, or not like you said, but like they say we only use like what X amount of percent of our brain. What if all that other shit floating around in there is like...
That's not a true thing though. That thing about only using a certain percentage of your brain isn't a true thing.
I mean, you say it's true for me.
Well, you just have a small brain.
I just have a pine nut brain.
But then when you start thinking about reincarnation and past life experiences, like one of the hangups that I have with it and why I don't know if I really believe it or not is because like I also have these ideas constructed about the dynamics of time, right? So like all people in the past are still existing in the past. They're not dead. So then how can I be part of them and they're in me when they die, but they're not dead yet because they haven't dead yet. They're not dead yet. They're still, just some of them, you're being born and you're existing in the past. And who is me in the future? Because since time has no direction, right now is happening. It's someone the past 100 years from now. Are my influences right now influencing their future if they're me born again 100 years from now? Like, so it just starts to really collapse for me really quick in that way.
Yeah, I get that too. Because I believe that too, that other stuff's going on at the same time, and I'm having dreams about Bean delivering me a pizza.
Driving a car.
Where is he? Nobody knows.
Being in a car with a pizza.
I know he like drove away and I wasn't even worried. I was just like, he'll be back. Then he came back with like a full-on pizza in his mouth. But yeah, so that happens. That's fucking crazy. I'm just gonna sit with that for a while. I watched Vampire's Kiss the other day.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It's so good. It's so ridiculous. And then, of course, I fell down a black hole of reading weird stuff about the movie. Okay, in the movie where he eats a cockroach, he really ate it. And they took 2 takes, so he had to eat 2. So there's a scene where he's tweaking out like a vampire and he eats a cockroach. So that was real. And then Jennifer Beals is in the movie. She plays the weird ghostly vampire, whether she's real or not, who fucking knows. But he, I guess, was like not into it or something, or like couldn't. They were supposed to have love scenes and he was like not feeling it. So literally for him to get into the love scenes, he made them pour hot yogurt over his toes.
What a weirdo.
I would never let that information get out. Like, Jennifer Beals is gorgeous, but like, please bring in the yogurt. I'm having problems. Don't understand.
No shame.
No shame. Hey, no, whatever you're into, Nic Cage.
What if with your hot yogurt toes?
That is so fucking weird. Yeah.
We're going to go back to my house. We're going to listen to some nice music. I'm going to pour us a glass of wine. I'm going to dip my toes in some hot yogurt.
I mean, it does sound nice, actually, but this doesn't sound really cozy. Oh, I just think
about I just think about times like I've invited women back to my house on dates and like said something that seemed super normal to me and have been like they've been outraged by it.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I specifically have in mind I was on a second date with a woman. This is probably 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and we were back at my house after we had gone to dinner and we were kind of having drinks at my place before we went out to have drinks. And I put a record on and we were drinking and talking in my living room and I kind of stood up and things seemed going well between us. Mm-hmm. And I stood up and I put my wine glass down and I said, "Will you dance to this song with me?"
Aww.
And she goes, "What kind of romantic garbage is that?"
Ew.
And I was like, "It is kind of romantic. I like you and I would like to dance with you." And she was like, "I think I'm just going to go home."
That is so shitty.
It was shitty. And I still think about it.
Oh my God. That broke my little heart.
Fuck all. That's why all the love in me is gone.
Seriously, that chick's a serial killer. Fuck her.
People burned it out of me over the years.
I know.
I'm not going to. Romantic John is gone away.
This whole episode is about serial killers and she's the worst one.
She wouldn't slow dance with me.
Seriously, what a hooker. I don't like her. Don't like her. That's so rude. Even if you thought it was silly, like, hello, if you're drinking wine and it's cute, like that doesn't seem like something I would be like, oh, into either, but I would do it.
Yeah, it's cute because the other thing is too is you're probably going to end up kissing.
Exactly. Stupid. She's stupid. I don't like her. I forgot to mention somebody DM'd us the other night that doesn't live in Michigan because they heard about the Gaylord tornado and they were just making sure your dad was okay. And I thought that was really cute.
Yes. My dad, when I talked to him on the phone, said this to me. "Can you hear me?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Did you see the tornado in Gaylord?"
That's like really far.
It's actually not. It's only an hour away from where he lives.
Oh yeah, I guess that's not that far in Tornado Land.
Yeah, not in Tornado Land.
Yeah, I like mapped it and I'm like, I'm sure he's fine.
He's fine. He's fucking fine. He's living his best fucking life.
They like didn't know anything about Michigan, so they were just like making sure. But I was like, oh, that's nice.
He called me today because he wanted to know when I do my dad's voice, I'm doing it accurately. His voice cracks a lot and it's high. Mm-hmm. And so I get a phone call today when I was at the grocery store and he's calling me from his new cell phone, hoity toity, up north, man. I go, "Hello, Dad, like, what's going on? Like, you calling me out on your cell phone in the middle of the day? And he goes, did you see they're making a new Obi-Wan Kenobi movie?
Oh my God. Are they, or is it like already out?
They're doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show.
Oh, he's trying to like identify with your interests.
No, he's looking for shit to watch because he's watched all of his movies a million times.
He needs to go to the dollar store and buy some of those weird movies that we see every time.
He's got all the seasons of Sopranos, all the seasons of Breaking Bad, all the Twilight movies, all of the Star Wars films.
You haven't even seen The Sopranos. Your dad's cooler than you.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck you for even saying that.
It's the best TV series ever made.
This coming from someone who rewatches 90210 every single day.
I literally watched it all day today and all day yesterday. Sorry, not sorry.
I have stayed true to my promise that I made. Well, I didn't make, but when we were doing our Zoom chat with the Pates, I don't know if you remember me talking about this, but I have kept true to my word, and I have not watched Love Boat since I found out that Gopher is now the head director at a think tank in Washington, D.C. that is anti-Muslim and super right-wing conservative. Gopher fucked up Love Boat for me.
I mean, while that does suck, while it was being made, that wasn't a thing, so I wouldn't blame you if you fucking watched it.
I'm not going to watch it.
Okay.
All done with Love Boat. I'm watching Midsummer Murder now.
I know, you keep talking about it.
It's good. And the last episode I watched, it had a psychic fair. And they went to the psychic fair and I went, here we go with a whole bunch of crap because nobody researched it. And you're just going to hear a ton of garbage about the tarot cards and psychics. And within like the first 5 minutes, one of the detectives is like, what's with this death card? And the person who's the tarot reader is like, it doesn't mean death. It can mean change or growth. It can mean, and I was like, oh, someone researched the tarot for this episode.
Way to go.
And then I was very happy.
Not trying to make it spooky for no reason.
It was very nice.
Is it like a period show?
No.
Oh, what is it on?
I think I'm watching it on Tubi, but I got a 6-day free trial to Acorn TV, which is all BBC shows, so I could watch the last 2 seasons.
Got it.
But there's 22 seasons of it.
Jesus Christ.
The good thing is it's a British show, so sometimes a season is only 6 episodes.
Nice. I had a lady book with me today for Browse, and she's got 46,000 followers, so I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then it says reality TV in her bio, and I Google her name. She was on a reality television show called Love After Lockup. And I got so excited, and I go, I know just who will appreciate this / has probably seen every episode, Ellie Siegel. So I tweeted at her, and I'm like, I said, somebody booked with me, and she's like, I'm DMing you right now. And then I DM'd, or she's like, who is it? And then I said, and she's like, I'm dying. That show's so crazy. You have to watch it. I'm like, well, I got a few weeks before her appointment, so I can watch a couple episodes. But I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
I mean, the reality is, though, right? Within the next 5 or 6 years, almost everyone will have been on a reality show.
Good.
I'm surprised you haven't been on one yet.
I'm surprised, too. It'll be called Weirdos with Their Dogs That Don't Do Anything.
I have said for 20 years now that you could make a show where you just put a GoPro on dogs and then put hats on the dogs and let them run through a city, and I would watch that show.
They have stuff like that on YouTube, like dogs running videos, so that other dogs can watch through their eyeballs.
But I mean, if it would be funny if you put them, I think for some reason it's funny to me if you put the dogs in hats, because I think people have different reaction to like a dog in a hat running around in a city.
That's true. Dogs and hats does make everything better. Do you want to know my irrational thing that I did that I got mad about the other day?
Of course.
Well, because I got those parking tickets by the post office and by the Thai food place that I didn't deserve because the new meters are bullshit and we're only there for 30 seconds. So then my irrational thing to get mad about, well, it is actually rational, but still, I was pissed that like that's the only post office like ever that you have to pay to go into. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The parking spots in front should be free.
They should be free. So I flipped out and I emailed our governor. I got so heated and I messaged, and like obviously somebody's probably answering Gretchen Whitmer's emails, and they wrote back and was like, that's not really our thing. Here is who you can contact, blah blah blah. And then I told one of my clients about it today, and they're like, wait, you have to pay to go in your own post office? I'm like, yeah, that's bullshit. I'm like, I pay property taxes here, I own a house, this is bullshit. And she's like, yeah, I don't know any post offices you have to pay to go into it. I'm like, exactly. So now I'm like, I think I can create this change all by myself.
You might be able able to. You should do it.
I know I want to. If I get anywhere with it, you have to help me.
I'm thinking about running for school board.
Good. Do it.
It's just that thing I have about, does America really want another fucking old white man doing something?
I mean, they do when they're like normal and nice and
I guess that's true.
have feelings and beating hearts. They're not lizard people.
That's true. I guess that's true. By the way, speaking of the post office, I'm about a month, maybe just over a month in to really needing you to take me to some places. I have to go to the post office. I still have like 50 books that I have to drop off at the library. I have a package that needs to be returned to the UPS drop off. I have a whole bunch of things that I've been waiting for a ride for.
What? Okay, we could probably go tomorrow because I was supposed to work, but somebody canceled. So I think I'm going to move my other person to next week. And I have a lot of packages to send.
Okay, because I have stuff to send to.
Okay.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I just have to make sure I'm not working. If I am, then we can't go till I don't know when. Busy. I have to cut my grass on Saturday.
Do you think squirrels will eat old cereal?
Yeah,
Is it okay to throw out old cereal to squirrels?
I think. Just as long as it doesn't have anything bad on it that they can't eat, like cinnamon or something. You have to like look up what they can't eat.
What if it's blueberry?
I don't know if all that sugar would be good for squirrels.
All right.
But then sometimes you do see internet pictures of them eating like a pizza. So, did you see the mutated volcano sharks?
I did see the mutated volcano sharks.
Like, what the fuck else is going to happen?
This is the world we live in. Mutated volcano shark.
Did you see the one where the naked lady runs out of her house because an eagle is trying to carry away her pet goose?
I didn't see that.
That one's fucking crazy. That made me scared for our road trip because I'm like, what if a bald eagle tries to snatch the dog?
That might happen.
I know, fuck that.
There's instances where large birds have tried to pick up children.
I mean, that's fine. They just can't take my dog. I mean, that's... That can't be your real laugh now.
I think that's it.
Okay, good talk.
Good talk, dummy.
Good talk. I'm gonna go put my eye patch on.
Face patch.
I don't know, put a whole patch over my stupid face.
Maybe I'll do a mask tonight.
That sounds nice. Maybe I'll do one too.
Keep my skin nice. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Ah.
Toad, any last final squeaks or words?
Here, I'll give him his toy back. Here. You want that?
Toad, any final squeaks?
You want that? He's having performance anxiety. He's just staring at me.
That's fine.
Is that your toy? What'd you get?
There it is.
What'd you get? You gotta go get it.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, idiot.
Okay, dummy.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Perfect.